Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm trying out a classic that I can't believe I haven't tried out yet. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder. So you can get this like everywhere. I picked it up from Family Dollar for $6, but when I was looking up online, I think you can get this at Walmart right now for less than $3.50. So it's a very affordable powder and it comes in a big shade range. I have it in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, but one of my main skin concerns is large pores. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to improve the look of my pores. And so it's nice packaging. When you flip it up, you've got the mirror and the applicator that comes with it. I'll try this applicator, but I also am very curious to try it with a brush and a dampened beauty sponge. But so I'm pretty much going to try applying this all over my face. I'm going to start out on half of my face though, so that we can compare the difference. But you can see I have a lot of shine that I can mattify. And then the large pores are more focused on my cheek and my nose. But let's just jump right into it. I'm going to start out with the little applicator here, pick up some of the product, and I'm going to start out on my forehead. Yeah, I mean, this applicator is very nice. It blends the product out with no marks or texture left behind. And on my forehead, you can see very clearly how it got rid of the shine, mattified, versus the shine that's on the skin beforehand. I personally don't mind shine, but as long as it doesn't get too greasy. But I like that even though this mattifies the skin, it doesn't look drying. It's not leaving behind any powdery texture. It's not really giving coverage, but it is supposed to be buildable. So I'm going to just go ahead and put a little bit more on my forehead here. I would say you can get about light coverage with this, but I'm curious if I use one of these other applicators, if it's going to give more coverage. So next I'm going to try my dampened beauty sponge. Pick it up. And on my cheeks here, I have a lot of redness, so we can actually see how that tones down, evens out the skin tone. Okay, wow. That actually is making a noticeable difference right away. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more. So I think I can get quite a bit more coverage with a dampened sponge than the applicator that actually comes with it. The applicator that comes with it is great for on the go to blot away any greasiness, any shine. So it's fine for that. But for someone like me who wants to get coverage and use this to like tone down redness, even out the skin tone, I think I'm going to have to use a different type of tool. And I'm loving this sponge. It applies it so easily, fast, and I think I'm getting medium coverage. Like the redness in my cheek, look at that with it versus without it. So where I got light coverage with the sponge in here, I think I'm at medium coverage with a dampened sponge. So I love that, but it looks so skin-like. Even though it's mattified, you can't even see powder on the skin. You can't see dryness. That looks awesome. Although I'm not seeing too much of an improvement in pores. I'm going to pick up a little bit more and just focus it a little bit more right where I have the pores here. My nose, the inner cheek. Like it does cover the pores a little bit, but it's not blurring them as much as I was hoping. The pores basically look the same with it versus without it. And for something that's called matte and poreless, I was expecting a little less pores to be visible. So in my opinion, this is just a great matte powder. Gives a really nice soft finish without being drying, and some nice skin evening toning coverage. But as far as the claim that I was most excited about, the Poreless claim, I'm just not really seeing that. Like, for some reason in between my brows looks a little like pore textured. Yeah. And it pretty much just sits in the pores. Like, it's not actually blurring or smoothing or minimizing. But it is a very beautiful powder overall. So now you can see with it versus without it, it still looks so natural. Like, you can barely even tell that I'm wearing makeup all over my face, but the skin tone is more evened out, and there's not that shine, but there's not dryness or dullness either. So I'm really happy with it. Next, for the fun of it, I'm going to pick up my Amazon foundation brush, pick up some of the powder on here, and blend it onto my face. Oh, wow. I'm surprised because this is like my favorite technique for applying liquid products. But as far as powder, it is not giving me very much coverage at all. It's kind of not doing anything. Wow. I'm glad I tried out all the different techniques because it makes such a difference in how this powder actually looks. Like, I am building this up over my cheek, and it's like there's no coverage. So I love it applied with a dampened sponge, but applied with the brush, I'm not too impressed because it's not doing anything. So I'm going to pick up the sponge again and just go ahead and apply it to the rest of my face. Like, look at that. It is kind of subtle because it's not like a super intense coverage, but looking up close in this mirror here, that is a dramatic difference applied with the sponge versus the brush. But I guess if I was just using this as a setting powder and I wasn't trying to get any additional coverage, I could just use a brush to dust it all over the foundation that I've already applied. But today I'm not wearing any foundation and I do want to even out my skin tone. So applying it with the dampened sponge is the way to go for me today. And it is so quick and easy to apply it with the sponge. And by the way, this is my Yensa beauty sponge that I got in BoxyCharm this month, and I've been really liking it. It's definitely better when it's dampened, so I have to try and make sure to always dampen it because when it's dry, it's actually pretty hard and difficult to use. But dampened like it is right now, I think is awesome. I did put on some concealer today that I haven't set with a powder, and there's a little bit of creasing, so let's see how this works to set my under eyes. Ooh, that looks really nice because it immediately gets rid of any creasing, but it doesn't dry out the under eyes. So that's another use for this. So you can use it setting concealer, setting the whole face, or as a foundation all over the face as a powder foundation to get light to medium coverage. But it looks so good on the skin because you can't see it on the skin, which I'm so happy about. But yeah, the pores, I'm just not seeing the pore improvement anywhere. I wish, but I can get over that because of how beautiful of a powder it looks. And I really love how this is such a quick on-the-go type of product because you can do your whole face, but you don't have to go back in and set it with a powder. You don't have to worry about any creasing, anything like that. So I feel like I can just get so quickly and easily a set, ready to go, evened out complexion. And if maybe there's like an event where it's going to be outside, it's hot, I could use this on top of other foundation to really lock it and set it in place, make sure I have the ultimate coverage. So I'm excited to continue using this and have it be like a go-to when I feel like I'm going to need to set the makeup, prevent shine, touch it up, or just be quick and on the go. So if you've tried this out, let me know your favorite uses for it. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.